Hello
Rob.
everyone, and welcome to Rob's Rogues and the BatmanUniverse.net. And today we're taking a look at I pause here for a second. The way this is listed on Amazon, when you're trying to look this up, it says it's the DC Comics 12-inch action figure, and then whoever the character is. This is technically part of the Batman Power Attack line. We could tell from the look right there. And it's the Batman Unlimited line that has a couple animated movies right now. So they're kind of doing some different offshoots with this brand of product. But it is a 12-inch Robin that I picked up as we were coming back home. One of the very last places I stopped on the way back home from Buffalo, New York into Ohio. We were actually in Ohio when I picked this up. So I've been really eager and anticipating this figure. Not that it is going to be the greatest action figure ever, just being a Robin fan and that we don't get a whole lot of Robin stuff sometimes, that they went ahead and made a 12-inch action figure of Robin, I thought was pretty cool. But in typical Mattel fashion, he is one per case. I was just looking on Amazon if I decided to buy him. He's $30. I bought this at Toys R Us, cost me $13. If you shop at Walmart or Target, he'll be about $9.99. So anywhere from 10 to 12 bucks, or 12 to, or excuse me, 10 to 13 bucks. You know, $12.99 is what it was in Toys R Us. I like the art here. They're not using the Batman Power Attack Robin image. Now, this is actually a standard license, DC Comics license. It's actually Tim Drake. There's a little like kids book series, and any of the pens and pencils and notebooks and, you know, beach towels and just general DC license that has Robin on it. It is going to be this Robin here. I'll show you some other images, and then they tweak the outfit a little bit. Generally, it's Tim Drake's 1 year later outfit, but you can see they put a yellow cape on here. Move it off to the side. So generally, they make him his top portion's correct, but they give him the black trunks and the red legs with the black boots. Black cape and with the yellow lining is traditionally the standard DC license for the Robin character. But for this Power Attack line, they just changed him a little bit. The other figures in the ever-changing wave here is the New 52 Batman, which I did buy if you saw my haul video. There is Green Arrow here. Let's get in a little bit closer so you can see. Green Arrow, he looks kind of cool. And then the Riddler. I did see the Riddler when I picked up Robin. It says highly posable action figure, and there are, if I can get it in frame here, 9 points of articulation. Woo! 9. There's the other side. So what we'll do, we'll get this very tall figure out. I know there's some people out there that are going, wow, the Power Attack figure. I have bought, now with this figure, I have every single Robin in the Power Attack line. I don't know if that's a badge of honor that I should wear or be jumping up and down about, but you know me, being a Robin fan, you knew I was going to have to try and pick him up. I just didn't think it was going to take 7 different Walmarts, 2 Toys R Us, and a Kmart for me to be able to pick this guy up. But enough of this. Let's get this guy out of package and see what he looks like. We will be right back. Okay, he's really large. Yes, I knew he was going to be 12 inches, and you can't tell here, but there's a lot of space between me and the table, so that's reaching around cords and the lights and things that I have here. So bear with me. There's not a lot of articulation on the Power Attack figures, and that's kind of been the same for all the Power Attack figures that I reviewed. They're more of a simplistic action figure to really kind of get kids or even big kids involved into collecting action figures. Or if you're someone like me that you're like, I feel the need, I have to have these because I'm a Robin fan. Am I going to buy the whole entire wave? No, I am not. Am I going to continue to buy Robin figures that come out in this line if there are any more? Yeah, I probably will. Like I've said before, probably throughout the channel, it seems like Robin figures are always kind of the harder thing to come by. We'll always get, for every probably 5 Batman figures that they make, there's probably 1 Robin figure, and then, or maybe 2. With Robin's 75th anniversary this year, I think we've been really lucky with the amount of Robin stuff that has been made available. It's just not in the mass quantities as the Batman stuff is. And I would think, at least with Batman and Robin, there should be close to the equal amounts. But anyway, that's a discussion for another time. Again, these are really simple figures. He has pretty much all the same articulation that the standard power attack figures would have, which would be this guy right here, which you'll see all of them in just a little bit, save for a couple other pieces. Let's see if I can get this down in frame. It always amazes me how they can get a figure shrunk down or blown up in size. I'm sure just with computer technology we can do everything. But the heads are, identical. Granted, they're on a much larger scale, but even the belts are the same, almost exactly the same. The pouches on this stick out just a little bit, so I think just as far as the molding, they kind of shrunk some things. Gone are the shoulder pads. All the power attack figures, even the smaller ones, there you go, have the shoulder pads on them. So, you got 3 sizes here. You got the 3 3/4, you've got the 6-inch, and then you got this massive 12-inch. And I'll do a better shot of all of them so you can kind of see their sizes. But like I was saying, the first Robin had a red stripe on the hair. The second one also had the red stripe. And then we had a hooded Robin figure, which didn't have the red stripe on the hair. So they're overlarged in proportion. And the hands on this guy are really big. The feet are really big. This is more, I use the term accurate loosely, more of an accurate portrayal in hand size and arm size, as opposed to this kind of being overly cartoonish. But they did more of kind of like a new 52-ish panel line, if you will. It's not that this is, which Robin is it? Is it Damian? Is it Tim? I believe it's more Tim than probably any of the Robins. You could probably argue it could be any Robin. Just the fact that it is a Robin is good enough for me. He is very hollow. I don't know if you can hear. Really a light plastic. I think the legs are hollow enough. If I dropped him, I would probably crack and split him open. There's a seam here, and for a while I thought maybe that was a point of articulation. I don't think it is, with as hollow as this leg is. I think it's just the foot was molded in one mold, and the leg here, the thigh, was in another one. And they just pop the 2 on. They don't seem to turn as easy as some of the other parts. The cape here is a really soft kind of I almost want to say it's a felt. I can't believe I'm going this in depth on a 12-inch figure that I bought my nephew. I bought him one of the standard Batman figures, and he is 4. So Uncle Rob is 41 and he is 4. So I guess we have a little something in common there. But it's more of a felt. The other capes on all of the other figures, with the exception of kind of the Damian Wayne-ish, if you will, this is that plastic, which I would have preferred. This is the type of plastic that it's not the hard, like Mattel DCUC plastic. If this gets crinkled, it's going to look absolutely horrible. So I've got to be very careful with this one. I would prefer just to have a cloth cape like all the other ones have had in this line. So he's the only one that sports this plastic cape. But the other capes on this yellow Robin, this is just like a yellow material that you would have like on a bed sheet. It doesn't have the texture that this one does. I don't know if that makes it better or whatever, but this cape feels a little bit better quality, like it's not going to split as easy or tear as kind of the, you know, just generic yellow cloth capes. You can tell after a while that they changed the design of how the capes look. It was more, you know, Batmanish with the scallops on the end of it. Even this one was the same way. And then when you get to this Robin, they decided to change it up almost like the Arkham Knight Robin's cape is, which has a little bit different design to it, and they carried that over into this figure here. So again, I'm really talking this figure up. If you can find him, he's really kind of hard. We have, you know, the Tim Drake Classic R here. Very minimal articulation, about 9 to 10 points depending on how and where you count them. So the head just does left and right. It's a very stiff left and right, no up and down. The shoulders are on a, I would call it a standard Mattel ball joint. They do go up that far, rotate all the way around, and you it has, you know, the hinge to be able to do that. Lost my train of thought there. About said bicep swivel. No bicep swivel. There is an elbow swivel, which I would normally say is redundant if you had the bicep swivel, but they did not do that. A single bend at the elbow, a swivel at the hand, which is really kind of cool. No accessories, although the hands are sculpted. For some of the Batman figures that have like the oversized accessories, they would actually look really good and normal in this Robin's hand. The legs go forward extremely far. So if there was, can you imagine a Power Attack Batmobile that was the size for this? It'd be huge. And has the T-jointed legs, can do splits very well. So that's kind of surprising for basically a generic action figure. No ab crunch, no waist swivel. So it's pretty basic, but they did give him a little bit of range of motion. So you can pose him, I would say, ever so slightly, and it doesn't come off looking too bad at all. So I actually really kind of like this. It'll be funny to put him next to the DC Direct 10-inch Robin. This will be the tallest Robin action figure in my collection. So I'm glad to have him. All of the toy hunting around and trying to go find this, you know, my wife was like, oh, he must be a great figure. And I was like, I wouldn't call him great. He's just one that I feel I have to have. So I'm probably not talking this Power Attack line up at all. If you're somebody that's like, forget it, Mattel, I'm not buying these cheap toys, well then, thank you, because I've been able to buy this one. And some eBay scalper did not get a hold of this one. So let's see what he looks like with Batman. I got a half laugh because I go, what am I for? Like my nephew. I like this Batman and Robin together. I'm not going to lie, and I'm not ashamed of it. This is not they're not bad. If they were in their 6-inch smaller counterpart size, this would be a fun little figure. I think it'd be something cool just to have on my shelf, Batman and Robin together. And if I was doing some of the vacation photos that my wife and I are taking, you know, a 6-inch action figure. Granted, a 6-inch action figure does travel a heck of a lot easier than a 12-inch figure does. But with a 12-inch figure, if I'm just taking goofy pictures and I want a goofy Robin and or Batman, this might be kind of fun. Don't be surprised if you don't see me out in the backyard with this with this Batman and Robin. I gotta kind of half laugh, but on the same token, I do kind of like both of them. Robin is a little bit bigger than Batman. Robin's cape is, as I punch the camera here, Robin's cape is bigger than Batman's. So it is what it is, and it was that way in the Power Attack line. So yeah, the two look really good together. I'm still kind of giggling that I bought this, but I kind of like it. All right, here's the whole Power Attack line of Robins together, not including the Nightwing figure that I have, or the Red Hood figure if it's not out yet, which technically they are Robins. But we have the two standard Robins here. I think they're just Robins in general. We have the deluxe version. It has the like karate chopping, bow spinning feature there. We have Red Robin here, and then we have a standard Robin, and then again the 12-inch version. Glad to finally have them all. I don't believe they're going to be making any more, and I think I said that at the time of this Robin figure, and at the time of this Robin figure, and I believe I said it at the time of this Robin figure, so who knows, maybe we'll get more. But I highly doubt we're going to get another one. I would take another Power Attack Robin, but I like them. They're each a little different, and these are more of a fun thing. You know, I'm not going to be doing any ACBA with them, and I'm not going to be, you know, saying, oh, this is the greatest figure in the world. Sometimes you just need those figures that are just kind of fun in your collection, and for somebody to go, well, what's up with these? So I like them. All right, final thoughts on this guy. Again, I'm not sure how long this video is, but I can't believe I probably talked as long as I have about the Power Attack or the DC Comics Mattel line of figures. But in the 12-inch scale, I do like it. I do really think he's really kind of cool. If you want something a little bit different, you didn't jump on the Power Attack bandwagon, these aren't too bad. And the new 52 Batman actually looks really good standing next to this Robin, and this Robin looks pretty good. Something I forgot to mention in the deluxe version of the Power Attack Robin here, I said one of my favorite things was that he had a yellow cape, and I wish the other Power Attack figure did, if they could just kind of recreate this and make him like the standard Power Attack. I liked the costume just a little bit more as I'm trying to hold him there. They really kind of did it. I just didn't realize I was going to get it in 12 inches. But today we've been taking a look at the Power Attack 12-inch or the DC Comics 12-inch Robin figure. And as always, this is Rob for Rob's Rogues and the Batman Universe signing off saying we will see you guys next time.